Good evening. Are we live? I think so. I'm having problems again with channel stuff. Can't get my damn membership goal to work, so we have no membership goal this month. I've submitted a sport ticket, but shit happens, I guess. How is everybody? Good evening. We'll give it a minute for some people to filter in. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. Need to figure out what the hell I'm doing for this guy. Let's get some Screamer paint. Let's get some Shotty Tone to get going with. So obviously no live match tonight. I try to get an opponent. No opponent this week. Maybe we get an opponent next week. Andrew City probably play next week. So just a bit of painting tonight. How's everybody? Are we good? Hey, there we go. We are good. It's a bit later than I usually am. I've been messing around. I've been changing a few of the back end bits of the channel. And it's proving... I knew it was going to be difficult, but it's proving to be a little bit more difficult and annoying than I had hoped. Marius, good evening. Crispy Delicious, good evening. Dracula, good evening. Stuart, hello. How's everyone doing tonight? When I was taking the thumbnail of this guy, I realised that I didn't put his shield on underneath his armour here. And I didn't like how it looked, that there was a big hole in his chest piece where the rope was, so I had to look for one of those shields. They're not my favourite, those sort of lapel shields, or whatever you want to call them. So I just found a nice big purity seal. I don't know what purity seal this was off. Seems like probably a dreadnought purity seal. It seems a bit mental. But I just stuck it on. Hello, Kevin. On my way to GW to pick up 10 Hellblasters. Ooh. Do you know what? I have had Hellblasters for like... I guess almost... I was going to say, I think they came in the 8th edition box set, right? So I had them all of 8th edition, all of 9th edition, and 2 years of 10th edition. I think I've fielded mine once. I am not a proponent of plasma guns, I guess. Dawn of War 1 is still a fun game, but the graphics are a bit dated. You know, sometimes I find it hard to play games that are that old just because like the graphics haven't aged all that well, I guess. I played it not too long ago, though. I mean, it's still a fun game, it's just graphics. Dawn of War is a weird one, Phil, because like that first game was so good, and then the second and third games were just so different. It's like, you have something that is so good, why try and reinvent the wheel with the second and third game? I played the second one a little bit, I didn't mind it too much. But I think I bought the third one because it went on sale very, very quickly, but I never played it. So Marius, you getting ready for your GT? Like four or 5 weeks away? You got stuff to paint? I guess that's where I'm going. You bought the collector's edition for the third game. Isn't that the worst when you buy a collector's edition for a great game that you had previously and then the game is rubbish? I don't buy too many collector's editions anymore. I bought a few Blizzard collector's editions that were rubbish. What else have I bought the collector's edition that's been rubbish? You know, I've got the collector's edition statue from Star Wars: Old Republic. Star Wars: Old Republic was a weird one. I actually really liked that game, but I don't know if it launched with enough content or whatnot, because people left the game very, very quickly, like a month, maybe even less than a month after the game was launched. People were already quitting. I really liked it. I was really sad about that game. I thought it had a lot of potential. I felt like honestly, I felt Star Wars: Old Republic was better than any of the new Disney Star Wars content that we've had in the last few years. I did play Jedi Survivor, but I haven't played like the second one or anything. Just the first one. The music might be 10% too loud. You know what? The music might be too loud. Yeah, it probably is too loud. How's that? Thanks for the heads up, Crispy Delicious. Do you think you can use the new Death Company as jump assault pack intercessors? Yeah, 100%. Why would you not be able to? They're basically the exact same models. Commodore, I looked for your comment yesterday or whatever. Can you send me it in Discord? Have you got Discord? I wanted to see a bit more about the tournament so I could make a video on it. Like I was gonna feature you in this week's tactics video. I can feature you in next week's one. But like I want the BCP listing or some screenshots from BCP and stuff. So I can say what the event is and stuff like that. But I did look for your. It's sometimes hard for me to look at comments, right? Because like, I do get a lot of comments. Yeah, you could DM me on Reddit either. That would be cool. Or do you know what? You could even put it in the chat here, and I can click on it and save it. The Star Wars: The Old Republic trailers were better than the most of the new Star Wars content. The Old Republic trailers were very cool, weren't they? I read all the books for the Old Republic. I bought a couple of them in hardback. I liked Darth Malgus. I thought he was a very cool character. I believe they've brought him back, even though you killed him right at the beginning of the game. I think they've brought him back because I guess that will get people to come back to the game 10 years on or whatnot. I thought Malgus was cool. So yeah, I'm probably going to be playing double jump pack captain and a squad of Sangre Guard with Dante in my next event. So that's what I'm painting at the moment. The second unpainted captain, and then I've got. I just finished the combi weapon lieutenant the other night. I've got transfers on him now. I've got my Sanguinor battle ready, but I'll maybe go paint the Sanguinor next after this. He is battle ready, but probably would be good to give him a few more colours. Yeah, so Commodore won an RTT with Angelic Inheritors just this weekend past. And it was like, I wouldn't say it was the most unorthodox list ever, but it also wasn't totally, not like cookie cutter, but you know how like a lot of Angelic Inheritors lists have like 80% the same units. He had a few interesting picks in there, so I wanted to cover it on the channel. Yeah, if you guys ever win tournaments and you want to message me about them to get covered on the channel, then try and include like a link to the BCP event. And if you can send me any other screenshots or information about the event as well, that's super helpful. Just lets me make a better video about it, right? Well, undefeated is still good, right? Undefeated with something that's not the same as everybody else is why I wanted to cover it. Because if it's undefeated but something's a bit different, then it's more interesting. So I was finished, or maybe not quite finished, but I was working on last night my tactics video for Friday, and like I got finished working on it, or finished filming it all. That's a better way of putting it, because I still got to do a bit of editing. I got finished filming it all at like half time for last night's Champions League games. So I thought, if I'm finished editing it, I'll watch the second half of the Arsenal game. It's Arsenal Real Madrid. I don't have very many high hopes for this game, but I'll watch it. Friggin' Arsenal scored 3 times in like 10 minutes, and it's 3-0 Arsenal. I was like, what am I even watching here? Arsenal have been so random this season. Either they're super amazing or they're totally rubbish. There's no in between. Howdy Grain of Truth, howdy Flowing. I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to my friendly gaming local store hobby tonight. I just got a lot of ultramarines that need repainting. Well, I don't know if I would if you've got the option of going, I don't know if I would give it up for painting, but I guess you do you. Like, the only night of the week I play a game is on Wednesday night, and when I have to give it up to paint, I mean, I'm happy in that I'll get a bit of painting done, but I always feel a bit sad that I have to give up my one night away out each week to... Especially with a tournament coming up, I like to get as much practice as I can before a tournament. God damn it, I didn't mean to put purple there on his face. That's annoying. Hello Lewis, good evening. Pour one out for more of DACA. Yeah, that didn't last long, did it? Someone was actually asking, like, on the Army List show, like, last week, they're like, how do I deal with more DACA? And I was like, well, just wait, because it's going to get nerfed in, like, a week or something there. It literally got nerfed inside a week. It was so obvious it was broken. Games Workshop certainly have been releasing their fair share of broken detachments, I feel like, this edition. Like, this edition has had a lot of broken stuff. But I suppose every edition there's broken stuff, I suppose. Barcelona are being glorious right now. What's the Barcelona score right? Who are they even playing, Barcelona? Evening, Linus. Lamartus said got drawn twice against DACA at the weekend. Geez, oh dude. Bloodless Angels were pretty broken. Well, they didn't last too long either, did they? Like, one data slate. I mean, I don't think they were as broken as Mordaka, but yeah, they were probably a little bit broken. Two 2-0 already for Barcelona, okay. I was going to say, maybe it'll be a rematch of the 2006 final. That was Arsenal against Barcelona, wasn't it? I think 2006 might have been the last time Arsenal got to the semi-final, honestly, so... I was certainly enjoying the game last night when we were 3-0 up. We did annihilate the biggest GT. I think Bloodless Angels won a fair few events. It placed second or third at a fair few. And then it definitely won a couple at the end there. Maybe just took people a few minutes to figure out how to play Bloodless Angels to the maximum ability, but once they figured it out, it was pretty solid. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, I imagine the orcs will very much quickly pivot away from Mordaka. Do you have a video on tactics and strategy and how to get the most out of your tanks? Possibly not. I mean, I've got video that tells you which tanks to run, but maybe I don't have a video that quote-unquote just tells you how to use the tanks. What tanks did you lose in one turn? So you lost 3 tanks in one round. What tanks are you fielding, or what armor pieces were you fielding you lost so quickly? Usually if there's a video that I haven't made, I'm usually up for making it. I just asked on the Discord why you're not streaming. Because I couldn't get an opponent tonight, man. I suppose that's the problem with having like a small independent channel where I'm a one-man band. If my Andrew didn't want to play this week, I don't know why, maybe he had something on. Colin's babysitting his kids this week. Brett's going off to Japan to go to Star Wars Celebration, because apparently he's like... I didn't realise Brett was such a big Star Wars fan, honestly. I knew he was a big Star Wars fan, but I was like... I kind of think most of the new Star Wars stuff has been kind of meh. Like, I don't know if I really liked... Well, I know I didn't like 7, 8, and 9, those movies. And then... I liked The Mandalorian to an extent, but I thought it kind of got... Like, every episode was just the same. It's like, he's just babysitting the Yoda baby again. Like, I feel like that could have done, like, 2 seasons and I would have been fine with it. Like, I know there's a movie coming, like Mandalorian and Grogu, but, like, I honestly don't know what that movie is going to be. Because isn't it just more of the same, right? Like, he's babysitting the baby Yoda again. But yeah, he's away to Star Wars Celebration in Japan. I'm like, okay. I mean, like I said, I knew he liked Star Wars, but didn't know he liked it that much. I think I liked Star Wars more before Disney bought it, honestly, maybe. Yeah, that's a commitment to go all the way to Japan, yeah. My last game I lost an Executioner, a Lancer, and an Impulsor in a single round. You guys are pretty aggressive with your tanks then, I don't know. Oh, do you know what? I did like Andor, I did like Rogue One, I'll give you that. I think Rogue One has been the best Disney Star Wars thing that they did, maybe. Like I said, Mandalorian was okay, but like, I can't really remember anything that happened in season 3 of Mandalorian. I just felt like it was more of the same. But I liked Andor, I liked Rogue One. What was the other movie? Oh, Solo. I didn't hate Solo. My next tournament, I'm bringing a Brutalis Dreadnought, running with a Tech Marine. I've been really enjoying it. I mean, I think Brutalis Dreadnought is better than the Death Company Dreadnought, that's for sure. Greetings, Captain Blue. How on earth are you? How the hell are you? These damn pots of metallic paint always get gunked up something horrible, don't they? Jeez, I don't think this lid is closing very well. Yeah, I think it's this piece of paint here. Come on. Yeah, this paint lid is gunked up for sure. Look at this. Ugh. Just a tiny bit of wasted paint in this pot, huh? The lid will close now, properly. I keep wishing for dropper bottles. Finish another model, says Eternal Crusader. Death Company Jump Chaplain. What's next? I don't know, Eternal Crusader. What's on your pile of shame? I think after this guy I might go into the Sanguinar. That's probably my next big pile of shame. $70 Black Templars. Cool, that's a good size. That'll keep you going. I think this brush might be dead. Splitting pretty badly. Yeah, I'm done with it. Alright, this brush is done for. Get out here. Is it worth buying more kits, or should I just wait for the next edition? Buy more kits of what, dude? I mean, if you're buying Primaris stuff, I feel like you're pretty safe to be buying Primaris stuff, right? I feel like most of the Primaris stuff will have play in the next edition. And any stuff that's not great right now, for example, like Aggressors or something, they'll probably get a buff to make them at least playable in the next edition. That's usually how it works, right? Like if there's a Primaris model that's not getting much play at the moment, it'll probably be... the rules will either be rejigged or it'll get a buff or something so it gets some more play next edition, I feel like. That's usually fine. More kits of Kroot? I mean, if you want to buy more kits of Kroot, I guess buy more kits of Kroot. I really want to build a Storm Raven. I think if you build a Storm Raven, it's got to be a project of passion, because I think its rules are actually kind of terrible. I know that there's like the odd person that goes and wins a tournament with a Storm Raven, but I think its rules are terrible. And I actually don't think its ornaments are very good at all. So yeah, I mean, it's a cool model in terms of like, it's a big flyer, and we don't really have any other ones of those except a Thunderhawk gunship. So yeah, if you want a big flyer and you want to have rule of cool, then sure, buy a Storm Raven. But beyond that, I don't really know what you're going to do with it. At some point, you're right, it's probably going to sit on a shelf collecting dust. More jump pack heroes and another set of company heroes. Well, I think the jump pack intercessors are going nowhere. They're probably still going to be a reasonably competitive unit next edition, because they are like the only jump pack unit that we really have, right? Like, or maybe not that we have, but Space Marines, like non-Blood Angel Space Marines, like regular Space Marines, if they want to take jump infantry, that's kind of the only choice. It's the only Primaris choice. So I think if you want more jump intercessors, then I'd say it's pretty safe to buy jump intercessors. I mean, they only just came out with this 10th edition box set, so they're probably going to be here for the next decade. I keep thinking about a knight, but I don't know when I'm ever going to have time to do it. It feels like every time I get close to finishing my backlog, my stuff either gets made legends, or I've got to change my detachment or my army or something like that, so... I have a Thunderhawk, sorry, not a Thunderhawk, I have a Stormraven, but I've honestly had it at this point for like probably 10 years, and it's still not even half done. Like, it's maybe got like a coat of red paint on it, and like, I honestly don't think it's got much more than a single coat of red paint on it. It's just like, most of my painting is usually done around going to tournaments, or models that I want to play on the channel, so I need to have them in a good state. And I think I've run the Stormraven one time on the channel, and I think that was like very early on, like maybe what, you know, I think it might have been very early in 9th edition, right after 9th edition launched. I think maybe I played the Stormraven one time and then was like, oh my god, this is a lot of points and it's not really that survivable. I think in 9th it only had toughness 7. So I think that was possibly part of the problem. Like 300 points for a toughness 7 thing with no wind buns is a little crazy, right? Is anyone pre-ordering this weekend? I believe it is Emperor's Children time this weekend, right? Anyone, any Blood Angels players here going to do some heresy this weekend? Mr. Cigar, I've got a question for you. What is the question, Mr. Cigar? You're going to wait for the combat patrol? Alright, yeah, I never thought about that. I haven't... Do we know what's in the combat patrol? Or you just expect there to be a combat patrol because there's a bunch of new stuff? I mean, it's probably a pretty fair guess to say there would be a combat patrol coming, right? I bought some new dry brushes, so I could do some dry brushing on some of this Eldar stuff that I have now. I actually didn't have any rounded dry brushes, so now I have some rounded dry brushes. Grain of Truth's going for it. Cool. I mean, I like the fact that they've got a lot of janky stuff. It's suspiciously close to our new combat patrol. Yeah, I haven't seen it, I must admit. Eugene played against them yesterday. What was your tactical error, Eugene, that made your army fell apart or their army fell apart? RECHR is saving up for those combat patrol magazines. Yeah, they're good value if you have the time to put in all the different factions and all the different effort. I bought a few combat patrol magazines back in the day, but I haven't got like a subscription or anything on the new ones. I think it's probably just because I have too much Blood Angel stuff to finish. Alright, Mr. Zgar has the longest comment ever. So I have the Blood Angels army box set and some Outriders, a chaplain on a bike, scouts, impulsors, infiltrators, terminators, Redemptor Dreadnought, Dante. Beside the Sanguinary Guard, what should I buy to add to my army? If I was the guy who left the message earlier about the Jump Death Company on YouTube. Okay. So you have Outriders, chaplain on a bike, scouts, infiltrators, and impulsor, 5 terminators, Redemptor Dreadnought, and Dante, and some Sanguinary Guard coming. You probably want some jump assault intercessors because they are very, very good in most of the Blood Angels attachments. You probably want some sort of actual shooting fire support. Gladiator Lancers, Ballistus Dreadnoughts. You got a unit of scouts, you got a unit of infiltrators. Maybe you want like a couple of captains. Captains can lead the Sanguinary Guard. Captains on foot can lead assault intercessors. I mean, possibly the video I did on Friday last week about Army Building 101 for Liberator Assault Group, that would be a good place to start, because I literally talked about all the best units you can have for Liberator Assault Group. Yeah, I mean, that would probably be a good video to watch. Ballistus Dreadnoughts are hard to find right now, are they? Remember, you can use eBay. Should I sell my unbuilt Brutalis to buy a Ballistus? That's a tough thing to answer, because when we move into the new edition next summer, you know, in the new edition everything will change. So if we all agree right now Brutalis Dreadnoughts aren't super popular, who knows with the new edition? Usually when the new edition comes, you find a lot of the units that you had before that were no use are now actually kind of useful. I usually use aggressors as an example, because I think it was 8th edition, aggressors were so good for Blood Angels. And then 9th edition they were just absolute dog shit. And then start of 10th edition, they were so good again. And now, halfway through 10th edition, they're dog shit. So, like, units will swing up and swing back and swing all around, I guess. So it's like, if you make and paint just about anything, as long as it doesn't go to Legends, and I guess anything you do that is Primaris is unlikely to go to Legends. If you make or paint anything, it's usually never not worth your time. Because at some patch, sometime down the line, they will be like, oh yeah, no one's playing Brutalis Dreadnoughts, let's make them good. I mean, that does happen. But when that happens, nobody knows. So I should honestly just have something of everything that is Primaris? I mean, I think you could do a lot worse than that, yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, I don't know if I have any Primaris units that I'm trying to get done at an overly aggressive speed right now, but like, there's definitely probably part of me that like, if I have everything else finished, I'd probably just paint a Primaris unit, because I feel like the risk in painting a Primaris unit is much, much less versus painting something Firstborn. Has Valrak said anything about new Space Marine releases? Sometimes, I must admit, I don't watch all of Valrak's videos because he can be a little clickbaity. You know, every title is like, it's the end, brothers. Sometimes I watch him. Depends if I'm busy or not. Yeah, I think Valrak's he's in America doing his Valfest at the moment anyway, so if you've not seen him for a few days, that'll be why, but I'm not sure. I'm not totally sure what, if anything is leaked or if there's any spoilers for the new Space Marine sets. Because I feel like they're probably not going to release a codex with like no new units or stuff, right? If you stayed away from all the Firstborn stuff, then you're probably in good shape. See, I haven't really, like, I have 2 fully painted Gladiator Lancers, but I've barely even used them, and I've got 2 half-painted Ballistus Dreadnoughts that I use all the time. So there's something to be said by, like, having Primaris models ready to go is not a bad idea. Like, while Vindicator tanks are good, I'm probably never going to use those Lancers. But when they nerf Vindicator tanks and everybody needs to switch everything up and play Lancers, then I'm going to be ready. Can you review my lower accurate meme list? What do you mean right now? Why is it a meme list? 1 chaplain, 6 times 10 assault intercessors. Okay, yeah, it's a meme list. Why have you got 60 assault intercessors in your list? Why do you need 300 chainsword attacks? That's what that is, right? Hold on, you've got another 20 jump intercessors. Okay, so why do you need 400 chainsword attacks a turn? And then you've got 3 land raiders. Okay. I mean, what do you want me to review, VT? It sounds like a meme list. I mean, they come in every box. Yeah, to be fair, every Blood Angels player that has bought the recent releases probably has too many assault intercessors. So hey, at least you haven't, you know, at Like me, I just have 60 assault intercessors on sprue in a box that are probably going to stay on sprue in a box, and then at some point, like 2 editions down the line, I'm going to sell them when I finally realise that there's no reason for me to have 60 assault intercessors on sprues. But yeah, they do come in every box. I get that. $80 assault intercessors and a Land Raider. 3 Land Raiders, sorry. I mean, you'll probably beat some people with it. If you're playing Liberator Assault Group, it's probably pretty good against, like, orcs. There's a crap load of strength 6 chainswords into them, isn't there? If they don't have the good weapon options because they're from the starter kit, just literally chop their arms off and replace them. There's lots of websites that will sell you third-party arms. That's what I would advise doing. Need power fists like crazy. Well, Crimson Lord, you'll get power fists from Crimson Lords. They're not even expensive, man. Like $10 will probably get you 5 of them. Or you can download the STLs and just get one of your buddies with a 3D printer to print it for you. Yeah, I made a couple of videos on the Crimson Lord stuff. It's good. It's good. This character here is literally, this backpack is a Crimson Lord backpack. The wings are Crimson Lord wings. The head is a Crimson Lord head. Both axes are Crimson Lord. So like this little, I don't even know what you call this. This little bracer thing is Crimson Lord. So like this character is literally from the waist up, apart from like his torso, is all 3D printed Crimson Lord stuff. I still think if Games Workshop had made a sprue with as much detail as the Crimson Lord stuff, I probably wouldn't have bought the Crimson Lord stuff. I mean, I just bought it because I was unhappy with the sprues that were available to us. Do they have a cyclone missile launcher or Terminators? 100%, yes. They have like 300 different pieces you can get. Hello Terrence! What type of vehicles are you hoping for 11th edition? I think I'm hoping for something with more versatility than all the Primaris stuff we have at the moment. Because the Gladiator, while it does... I mean, let's be real here, that one Gladiator variant, the Valiant, nobody ever plays it. So like the Valiant needs a complete rework anyway. And then the Storm Speeders, in my meta, I barely see anyone playing those Storm Speeders. So like, do those Storm Speeders need a bit of a rework as well, or are they just all garbage? So we see Gladiator Lancers. Last edition, I did actually run a Gladiator Reaper a little bit. Very few people run the Storm Speeders. I did buy one. And then the Dreadnoughts are a bit all over the place because like the Redemptor Dreadnought, the Brutalis Dreadnought, the Death Company Dreadnought are just very, very pointy. So like not many people run those at all. So I mean, I'm not really sure. Like, I think I would just like better thought out tanks, maybe. Like, I feel like it's maybe a little bit sad that people find like the 20-year-old Predator Destructor and Predator Annihilator better than the new Gladiator tanks. Like, you know, why is that? Why can't we have nice tanks now? Good evening, Commander Joe. Antonius, good evening. Versatility in the Primaris, never heard of that. They have one squad that can do everything. Do you know what they're called? Begin with a C and end with a Y. Company Heroes. Dun dun dun. I'm going to try and win with Anvil Siege Force this weekend with 2 Invader ATVs and a speeder, says Nick. Well, you're a brave man, Nick, aren't you? Or you're a bit of a sadist, Nick. One of the two. What do you think about the possible rumour from Valrak with Blood Angels Terminators? Oh, here we go. The Valrak rumours made its way over to the stream. Valrak was harping on about Blood Angels Terminators before 10th edition came out. You know that, right? He was saying that the 10th edition box set that ended up being Leviathan, he was saying at one point that was a Blood Angels box set. Like 100% he said that. So, do you know what? I enjoy watching Valrak. I think he's a fun person to watch because, you know, you get all the banter and stuff. But, like, you gotta take what he's saying with, like, some serious pinches of salt. I guess he's right now and again. But, I mean, I think he's as often wrong as he is right? Like, Blood Angels Terminators were mentioned as a release like 2 years ago. Anvil would be good if there's no terrain. Yeah, I mean, Anvil is good if there's no terrain. There's lots of detachments that are good if there's no terrain. Do you take heavy, if you're running Anvil, do you take a lot of heavy intercessors? Say enough shit and some of it will eventually become truth. Yeah, you know. Alright, here's a wild prediction. In the future, get this, guys, Blood Angels will get a new character. You heard it here first. You know? You know, I bet you, if you come back here in 10 years and I'm wrong, I'll pay you $100. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, Blood Angels Assault Terminators would make some degree of sense. Because we had that kit before and it was a very iconic kit and lots of people liked it. And But then here's the thing, our upgrade sprue this edition hasn't left me with a whole heap of confidence, right? Because our upgrade sprue this edition, I feel like, was so bad. I was trying to customize this guy a little bit before I came on stream tonight, and I was looking at our upgrade sprue, and I was like, there's nothing on this upgrade sprue that I like, that I would want to put on this character. Felt very disappointed about it, actually. Do I like the Crimson Lord bits? Yeah, I mean, I think the Crimson Lord bits have been a bit of a godsend for us guys that wanted to have some customization on the new Blood Angels models that came with very little customization, right? Like, I don't know what I would have done without the Crimson Lords bits. I would have been a bit disappointed. I bought, like, at least $100 worth of Crimson Lord bits for myself. Maybe even close to, like, 150. I've got so many Crimson Lord bits, but, like, I don't know what I would have done without them, honestly. And I also bought a bunch of Firstborn bits on eBay as well, because before the prices went crazy expensive. Because when we kind of knew that we were going to get the new models, but it hadn't, like, people hadn't totally clicked that eBay was going to be crazy, I went and bought like a bunch of Firstborn Sangre Guard shoulder pads and Firstborn Death Company helmets, and I got them at the okay prices before everybody realised that, oh shit, those things are going to be super valuable, and then the price on eBay like tripled. I bet you if you have an unopened, like, Firstborn Death Company box now, it's probably worth like 3 times RRP. Just because, like, it has a bunch of cool Death Company shoulder pads, a bunch of cool Death Company heads, and we get none of that in the Primaris box. The Death Company helmet looks like a knight helmet, is one of my favourite bits. Yeah, the one that's like a old medieval knight that's got like almost like a visor down. That is one of the coolest Death Company helmets. I agree with you. I think that's what people were most upset about with their refresh. It wasn't even that the new stuff was bad, it was just that we lost stuff like that was like legendary and super cool, I guess. I certainly loved some of those pieces. If you're buying Crimson Lord stuff, if you're in the UK, one of the best resellers for it is Archie's Forge. ARCHIE Forge. They do really, really high quality printed stuff. I think they've got a lot of the Crimson Lord stuff things on there as well. I predict in 11th edition Blood Angels will be rolled into the Codex. Well, if they are, I guess the channel will need to change names again. We already changed name once. Greetings, Alex. Codex compliant commander. I guess. Hope not, though, right? What was the original name? The original name was Blood Angels Commander. But I changed it around the time when there was a bunch of other channels. It was around the time that Games Workshop started shutting down channels. Remember when they were trying to do Warhammer TV? And they were like shutting channels down that had like Warhammer in their name and stuff like that. So I changed it. I never got like a cease and desist or anything, but like I just preemptively, I didn't want to lose my channel. So it was originally Blood Angels Commander. I changed it to BA Commander. I figure that like I can just make up some random ass words. Like BA could work for lots of things. The easiest one I can think of is Badass Commander. But yeah, I think I must have been Blood Angels Commander for like probably like a year. But yeah, it just seemed too risky. It was probably a mistake to call it that in the first place, honestly. When is it changing to Eldar Commander? I mean, I haven't done very much with those Eldar. I've made them, which I didn't overly enjoy doing. And then I've done some base coating, which is fine. I mean, base coating is fine. But I've signed up to 2 more GTs, so I actually have no idea when I'm going to have time to play the Eldar, because I don't have a GT list ready. And the first GT's in like 4 weeks, the second GT's in like 3 months? No, 4 months. So I've got like 5 weeks till a GT, and then I'll have like 10 weeks to one right afterwards. And I really want to win another GT, because I don't want to be a one-hit wonder type of guy. Could have been the World Eaters Commander. Why World Eaters? Alex just ordered 2 Blood Angels combat patrols. 2 down, 3 more to go. That's too many Sangre Guard, Alex. You only have 18 of them, dude. And you sure as hell don't need 50 Assault Intercessors. What the hell are you going to do with 50 Assault Intercessors? You can't even use, like... I mean, they made a big deal of removing us from the Codex, right? Like, because we were Codex, like, we used to just have a Codex supplement. And they made a big deal of, like, getting us out of the Codex. You do not need... No, Alex, you're wrong. Nobody fields more than 5 Assault Intercessors on foot. Some people field 10, but they are wrong. So, spend your money more wisely. Do not buy 5 combat patrols. What are you thinking? What are the pros and cons versus shotguns and knives? Well, shotguns used to be good when you used to be able to use the shotgun to let you advance and do actions. Right, that was the reason to take a shotgun, because you could do an advance and do an action. You can't do that anymore. So the knife will give you extra AP, and Blood Angels are usually all about killing in melee. So if I was running scouts, which I am, in my list, I run them with 1 missile launcher, 3 combat knives, and a chainsword. The missile launcher is probably minor, like you could just go 4 knives and the chainsword. But, you know, like, I feel like I'm happy enough to give up one knife, which is 1 attack and 1 AP, for potentially like 1 crack missile that could kill something 40 odd inches away. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but I mean, it rarely ever happens, let's be fair. But I think one missile launcher is fine. Nobody needs 50, he needs 100. Dude, I can... Like, to me that sounds like hell. If someone said to me I had to paint 100 assault intercessors, I would be like, why? Why would I need 100 of these fucking guys? I don't know. Feels like my entire life I've been painting strength 4 jump infantry with jump packs and stuff. Blood Angels had their old full codex for a few editions. I think it was only like 8th edition, right? Oh no, you're right. Maybe it was more than that. Because it was 9th edition when we were allowed Centurions, right? If I had 60 assault intercessors and 30 jump infantry, I'd try it. Yeah, so you're going to build the chainsword horde. I like the sniper in the sniper squad in the scout squad, says Neurotoxin. I don't, man, because that sniper never does anything for me. Maybe he does something for you. For me, he always either fails to hit, fails to wound, or the opponents just save, and I'm like, what did I even pay points on this guy for? He does nothing. But Trucker Judd says he's painted 60. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the point, right? Like, if you've painted some Death Company, which we all have, if you've painted some Vanguard Vets, which we all have, if you've painted some Assault Marines back in the day, which we probably all have, like, 60 more jumping intercessors, it's like 60 more models that you already painted. Ah! No thanks, man. You say I know what you're building, Alex. I don't know what you're building. You're building 10,000 points of jump intercessors. What are you actually building? I have a memory like a fish, you know that, right? Like, I forget shit from yesterday. Lord Commander Joe says, I've not used the Crimson Lord bits, but as a Blood Angels and Black Templar player, I have kit bashed both ranges. Yeah, I mean, you know the guy that did the Crimson Lords? We always call it Crimson Lords on this channel, but it's actually called Grey Tide Studios. And Grey Tide Studios do a Black Templar upgrade kit as well, and it's pretty dope. It's called the Eternal Pilgrims. So you could check that out too. If you like Black Templars and Blood Angels, then Grey Tide Studios has you covered, basically. Are MSU still good in Liberator Assault Group? Yes. I mean, if you're playing Liberator Assault Group, you should probably be focusing on a lot of MSU. I think that's the way to get the most value out of that detachment, is like crap loads of MSU. I am building the entire chapter. Heavenly Chainsword is buying... What are you buying 6 of? Wow, do you know what? I just see, like, I have a lot of jump intercessors, and I've just always seen them as a bit of a waste in terms of, you know, like we said, every new set seems to come with jump intercessors. Hello, Cool Whip. We got a lot of people tuning in from Twitch tonight. Thank you for tuning in. How are you guys? Aradine, good evening, dude. How you doing? Is Librarian Conclave total trash? Well, I think it might... I don't know if it's total trash. I think the problem with it is, like... As far as I'm aware, Blood Angels only have, like, 10 Librarian models, right? You could have, like, 3 Librarians in Terminator Armor, 3 regular Librarians, the Phobos Librarian, and Mephiston. So you've got 10 Librarians in there. But... Blood Angels probably need backup with tanks, and your tanks are going to get no value from that detachment. So, I don't know if it's total trash, but what I do know, I suppose, is we haven't seen too many people do well with it. And sometimes, when we haven't seen people do well with a detachment, doesn't mean it's trash. It just means people haven't been playing it or figured it out. And when somebody, somewhere in the globe, figures it out and plays it and wins a tournament, then everyone will be playing it. But until that one person, whoever they may be, figures it out, it might be perceived as trash, right? But yeah, I haven't spent too much time looking at the Librarius detachment, or Librarius Conclave, to be honest. I think when I first read its rules, beyond like the trick you could do with like the Stern Guard to get like exploding 5s, devastating wounds, I wasn't super excited about it. I was like, it looks kind of average. VT, thanks for hanging out, dude. I appreciate it. Angel Sanguine are a great successor if you want Librarius, says Highland Phoenix. I suppose the problem, though, is just the chaplain, the Librarians probably don't attach to all the meaningful stuff. You know, like, we used to get a Librarian that had a jump pack, and then he could at least keep up with the Sangre Guard and stuff like that, you know? I guess we do not have that anymore. Daka 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 did get nerfed. Thank goodness, huh? I mean, it was pretty obvious it was going to be nerfed, but thank goodness it did get nerfed, right? I think as soon as that detachment was announced, people knew it was broken and it was going to be nerfed. Do you have a set of the Space Hulk Blood Angels Terminators? No. I know the ones you're talking about. They are cool. I do have one thing that's pretty cool. in terms of like those old models Commodore, but no, I don't have the Space Hulk Terminators. Wasn't it coming first, second, and third in a lot of tournaments? Yeah, pretty much. It was dominating. It was absolutely dominating. But yeah, I think it was obvious it was going to be nerfed. I started collecting Warhammer in 2nd edition ages ago, so I've got some super old stuff. But no, I mean, Space Hulk gets re-released every decade or so, I feel like. Maybe next time it gets re-released I need to just buy it. I don't really know why I didn't buy it last time it was re-released. It would have probably been a good idea to buy it last time it was re-released, to be honest. Eternal Crusader, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. You're always here, you're always supporting me. Thank you. Have a good evening. I think you could be wrong about MSU and lag. Well, I could be wrong about it. I mean, I suppose it depends on how much MSU you're talking, right? Like, are you talking every single unit is MSU? Or are you talking, like, some sort of balance where you've got, like, 2 units of scouts, 2 units of outriders, 2 units of jump intercessors, you know? Like, 2 units of death company, right? Like, when I was at a tournament in January with lag, and the only big, I had 2 big units in my list. I had a unit of 6 Blade Guard and a unit of 6 Sanguinary Guard. But everything else was like small units. And I was like literally 1 dice roll from going 4-1, which I think is pretty hard to do. Like I go to a lot of tournaments, probably like, well, maybe it's not a lot, maybe it's like 3 per year. And I think in general, going 4-1 is something that I only achieve, I'd say I only get 4-1 or better, like once per year. So I'm usually, I can't remember the last time I did worse than 3-2 at a tournament. So I guess I'm generally a 3-2 player, so 3 wins, 2 losses every event, with the occasional 4-1 or 5-0, right? And in the event that I was running lag in January, I was literally I left a Bloodthirster on 1 wound, and if he died, it was a 10-point swing towards me, and I win the game, and I go 4-1. So I was like super close to going 4-1. And for the record, that Bloodthirster made like 10 4-up saves. My opponent actually apologized to me because he rolled so many 4-up saves. So that's when you know that your opponent spiked his rolls, when he actually feels guilty and says sorry to you. And that was like an MSU lag. Evening, Vintage, how you doing? Have I dropped the model yet today? I have not, Mark, but I did knock this guy over the other day and broke his axe for a second time. So if I break his axe for a third time, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip his axe off and go back to like a actual Games Workshop part that won't just shatter. I stuck a, and you can't quite see it here, but I glued a 2p piece, or like a 2-cent coin. I don't know if you've got 2-cent coins in America, but and I actually don't know if you're American either, Mark, but I guess a lot of my audience are American, right? So I glued like a large 2-cent coin. Yeah, you do you get 2 cents, or you just get 5s and 1s in America? I don't know. I haven't been to America since 2019, and that was for work. So before then, so like I didn't really carry cash with me when I was there in 2019 because I was just using my work card. So I think the last time I actually had cash in America was like 2017. So I don't know what numbers you have. Yeah, you got 5s and 1s? Okay. In Britain we have 5s, 2s and 1s. I don't really know why we've got 2s, but we do. I don't even know why I've got them. There's a 1, there's a 2. Like, I've just got shitloads of these because I don't want to carry this. We call it shrapnel. You know, like in the war when a grenade goes off and there's like shrapnel. That's what I call it. I call it shrapnel. So I don't want to carry it around with me. So I just throw it in here. Oh, look, there's a... That's what I did at a tournament one time. I printed this gun, like on a piece of paper, because I didn't have the right gun, and just stuck it to the top of the model. It was like, for the avoidance of doubt, I'm proxying this plasma gun. So yeah, I don't want to carry this shit in my pocket, I guess. So I just throw it in here. We call it shrapnel. This thing's quite heavy. You could get... you could actually do some good exercises lifting that up. We used to do half a cent, did you? Well, oh shit, I forgot to do one side of the wing. Oh, I forgot to do completely one side. Okay. Got distracted. But yeah, I kind of hate places that sell, like, I'm sure they do it in America, they do it in Britain all the time, where it's like 99 pence. Just fucking make it, you know, just make it $1 or $9.99. Just make it 10. Like, what the hell am I going to do with that 1 cent? I'm going to carry it home and put it in a box. Like, I don't want it. Like, just make it a round number. Why does it have to not be a round number? So stupid. Does $3.99 really sound cheaper than 4? Does it? Because in my head, I just round it up. You know, if something's $9.99, in my head, that's just $10. Like, I feel like we can all do that math. They do it on cars as well, you know, you're buying a new car and it's like, oh, $2,999. It was like, yeah, it's not $299, just it's $3,000. Like, come on, just round it. Every couple of years you can take the coin. Do you know what? You can do that here as well. You can take all that shrapnel to a coin machine, so you can pick it all up and you can lug it all the way downtown and you can fire it all into the coin machine and you don't even get $10 back. You get like $8.40 or something. And then you wondered why you wasted all this time in your life of carrying all these fucking coins around to get $8.40, which doesn't actually buy you anything. And then you put your little $8.40 into your pocket, I guess, and you go on with your life. Literally no richer. I don't know. I think I've got cynical on these one. Why am I being so cynical on these? Just make it even. I know that's taxes where sales tax is on an item. Yeah, do you know what? They add the sales tax. At least in the UK, they add the sales tax first. So if it says $5, it is $5. You don't get hit with another few percent afterwards. So that's one thing that we've got in the UK that's good. The first few times I went to America, that always confused me that they add like 6 or 7% at checkout, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, this is 6 or 7% more expensive. Because we don't do that. We just shaft you we just shaft you up front. We just tell you up front you're getting shafted, you know? I turned in almost 200 in quarters a few months ago. Well, quarters is different, sure. I don't mind like turning in quarters. I just think the low denominations of 1s and 2s is pointless. Excuse me. I live in Oregon, so we don't actually pay sales tax. Why do you not pay sales tax? Very cool. Alright, they have insane property tax. I see. Now, Britain's just like, we just have VAT, which is 20% on everything. So, that's why, like, if you buy an iPhone in Britain, it's just generally, like, it's just 20% more expensive than America, because I remember reading an article a few years back saying that, like, a guy could get on a plane in London, they could fly from London to New York, they get a taxi from the airport to the Apple store, like in Manhattan, they could buy their MacBook, they could get the taxi back to the airport, and they could fly home, and it would actually be cheaper than just walking into the Apple store like in London and buying the same MacBook, because we get shafted on like 20% on tax. Now, I know that there's a lot of nonsense going on with tariffs and stuff at the moment, but that was like 10 years ago. That was a thing you could do. That's how stupid the taxes in that's how much more expensive Apple products are in the UK, I guess, than America. Thanks for hanging out tonight, Eugene. You take care. Alright, yeah, Grain of Truth makes a good point. We should probably move the topic away from taxes and nonsense like that, because no one wants to talk about that. Literally. Bad time to be talking. I don't even know how we got on that subject. I think that's the beauty of my streams, is like, I don't even know where they go. Because sometimes my wife will ask me, she's like, how was your stream? I was like, I think it was pretty good. It's like, how did you entertain people? I was like, I don't know, just start talking and just shit comes out. The coin thing. Oh yeah, we were on coins, weren't we? I keep looking at that axe and thinking gold and maybe like brass scorpion. I like brass scorpion for cables. So brass scorpion and gold, that's what we'll do. Which character would you like to see the most updated and return to the setting? I mean, I think that we will. I think we will see the return of the two characters that we lost this edition, and I think they're probably the two characters that we'll get, because I think rule of thumb is that we will get a new character every edition, at least one at the start of the edition, one towards the end of the edition, probably. So I think we will see Corbulo and or Seth in 11th edition. If we don't see them both in 11th edition, then I would guess that the one that we don't see comes in 12th edition. I think as well, though, I really hope that Corbulo gets a damn jump pack, because I think we can see now that the Sanguinary Priest without a jump pack is really not that useful, because there's nothing good for him to attach to in the Codex. Like, I've said it a few times, like, if that Sanguinary Priest could attach to Blade Guard, it might be really interesting, but he can't attach to anything useful. So based on the fact that the Sanguinary Priest on foot can't really attach to anything useful, I really hope we see like Corbulo with a jump pack. That would be the dream, right? I don't think Corbulo is coming back. Why not? He's in the books, man. He's the chief fucking apothecary. Like, he's literally in the books. A new jump pack Corbulo with Primaris Vanguard veterans. I think Primaris Vanguard veterans will come. I honestly think they're going to be I think Vanguard veterans are going to get the same treatment Terminator's got, right? Like, I think they're going to get upscaled and they're going to get some improved weapon options for the new edition. Like, I think they might be in the launch box set for the new edition. But I think if you read, like, the Dante books, or any of that Dante series, Corbulo's in there, and he's pretty important. He's mentioned multiple times. I don't think that they would get rid of him for nothing. Who is best to attach to Blade Guard? Probably a Chaplain or the Judasaur. But I think the Sanguinary Priest, if he was allowed to attach to Blade Guard, I think that would actually be kind of awesome. What do you think Salamanders would get? Do you know what? Someone was asking this earlier in the stream. I have no idea. Like, they'll probably get a character, right? You think they'll actually be like a new generic marine model that the Salamanders, I was going to say, that have first it wouldn't really be first dibs, would it? Just, you really think there's going to be a new marine model with the Salamanders? I think they'll get a character, but I don't know what to expect beyond that. Another flamer unit. I don't know, man. I felt like Infernus Marines were just like, there's been a lot of Primaris releases that just really missed the mark, right? Would that be fair to say? And I feel like Infernus Marines were one of those Primaris releases that just really felt like it missed the mark. Like, I've got 20 of them, I think, and I haven't even built a single one of them. I'm just, like, not even slightly interested in them. I think there was 10 in the box set, and I think I traded some of them away, right? Like, traded away whatever. Yeah, I traded away the NIDs in that box set to double up on the Marine stuff. Captains with shield and lieutenants pretty much useless in Blood Angels. No, I don't think so. Captains are actually pretty good because of the ability to use stratagems for one less CP, right? I mean, I'm literally painting a captain right now. A captain attached to Blade Guard is probably okay. I mean, if you've got no other captains in your list and you're going to get the free command points, then it's probably totally fine to have a captain with the Blade Guard. I suppose it depends on what your list looks like. If you've got captains with all your Sangre Guard and stuff in Assault Intercessors and Transports and stuff, then maybe the captain is not as good. The captain with the shield is good for leading company heroes, is he? Why? What makes him good for leading company heroes? I'm not trolling, I'm genuinely asking. Vintage Flanker says Assault Terminators. Excuse me. Assault Terminators will come for 11th edition. Yeah, I think a lot of people think it'll be Assault Terminators. I think a lot of people think it'll be Vanguard Veterans. And maybe some sort of new Primaris tank to replace some of the Firstborn tanks that are getting phased out. I mean, that would make a lot of sense. I think there will be for sure a new Assault Terminator kit. Whether or not it's this Blood Angel specific Assault Terminator kit, I feel like they're trying to get away from doing too much custom chapter stuff, right? Or maybe it's just the Blood Angel, like they're just trying to get away from doing too much custom Blood Angel stuff. I don't know. What are people's thoughts on that? Are Games Workshop trying to get away from too much custom Blood chapter stuff? I mean, you know, the Death Company is a good point. Sorry, not the Space Wolf is a good point. That Space Wolves did get quite a lot of custom stuff. Yeah, Death Company are bad right now. What's interesting is Death Company still don't have a standalone box. So maybe Death Company just need a rework at this point. Imperial Fists may get Lysander and he may come with Assault Terminators. A Flamer tank for the Salamander's release, but all chapters can use it. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for more Marine stuff. And I'm all for, hopefully, more meaningful releases. Like I said, it feels like there's been a lot of Primaris releases that have like not really hit the mark. Why they've not hit the mark is unknown, but like I guess there's definitely a few that haven't hit the mark, right? And Furnace Marines were probably the most recent ones. The old Blood Angels Terminator kit was super cool. There was actually a time when Forge World actually used to do Blood Angels Terminator shoulder pads. And those were super dope. But they've been discontinued as well. I was fortunate enough to be playing the game, I guess, many years ago when they did those Blood Angels Terminator shoulder pads, and they were super cool. I bought like one set of them. I wish so much that I bought 2 sets. They're trying to add too much like AOS Sigmarines. Yeah, I mean, that's the danger with having every squad only having like one individual purpose, right? Like when every unit has one distinct purpose, you do get into a sort of dangerous place where like you need to make a unit to deal with every single individual little thing. And I do think there's been like, well, I mean, if you start like Hammerfall bunkers, no one plays them. Invader ATVs, very few people play them. Up until recently, suppressors, no one was playing, but I guess they are getting a little bit of play now. What else was nobody playing? Reavers? They were getting a tiny bit of play, but they're once again rubbish. What else is no one playing? Tell me in chat the Primaris units that no one's playing. Storm Speeders? Not many people are playing those. Gladiator Valiants? Not many people playing those. I mean, some people are making Desolation Marines work, but I would say most people are staying away from them. All the aircraft. Oh yeah, no one's playing aircraft, are they? Aircraft don't really have that big a place in 10th edition, which is probably fine, because aircraft were obnoxious in 9th edition. Have you ever played AdMech in 9th edition? They're just running all those fucking aircraft, or even orcs running all those aircraft. It was just obnoxious. It was dumb and obnoxious. So I don't miss that aircraft spam at all, I'll tell you that. Eradicators aren't horrible. They don't get played so much. Warsuits. I mean, Warsuits did win a GT, but I mean, I don't play Warsuits. I don't really see the strength in Warsuits personally. But I mean, the Warsuits did win a GT, for whatever that's worth. Oh, AdMech had crazy shenanigans with those aircraft, man. AdMech basically what could win the game in turn 1 if they went first with all those aircraft. It was bonkers dumb. So I don't miss that, not one little bit. They're making a lot of models across a lot of games now too. A lot of stuff takes out stock for a long time. I thought that they were getting a new factory or something though, right? Wasn't that one of wasn't that one of the things that was mentioned, that they were building like a new factory? I don't know where they're building it, but I thought there was definitely talk that Games Workshop were like building a new factory somewhere. To basically be able to ramp up production on the things that were selling out all the time or whatever. Are Reavers really that bad? You know, they're a lot better, I think, when you give them back their 1 AP, because obviously in the balance status like recently they got given 1 AP, right? I think when they had no AP they were bad, yeah. I think with 1 AP they'd feel a hell of a lot better, and like you could still field them because they can actually kill something. I think units with no AP in like if your unit is a melee unit and has no AP in melee, then it's a pretty bad unit, I feel like. So yeah, I guess you're probably right. Reavers are probably a little bit more viable than they maybe were. At least they have some AP now, right? So they can do a little bit of killing, and they can remove some OC from infantry, and they may actually be kind of useful. But yeah, I think before they got the AP change, they were pretty bad. The AP change helps them a lot, in my opinion. You know, especially if you're playing something like Liberator or Assault Group, you're going to charge, you're going to get +2 strength, strength 6 AP1. It's actually an okay profile at that point, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I'm so tired today. It's been the school holidays. I've been looking after my kids for the last like 7 or 8 days, so maybe I'm just tired from that. Quave, what's happening, dude? Always here to leave a like on the stream. I appreciate it. Does anyone model that grappling hook? Oh, and the Reavers. I modeled one of mine with that grappling hook. I must admit, the silly thing that's like 2 inches long or something. Yeah, I mean, talk about modeling for disadvantage, right? But yeah, I definitely modeled one of mine with a grappling hook. For a 5-man unit of jump intercessors, you can get 2 plasmas and 1 power fist. I think that's correct, yeah, because I think you get 3 plasmas in the 10-man. Yeah, that's right. 2 plasmas per 5. Or, yeah. 2 plasmas for 5, 3 plasmas for 10, right? The kit comes with a lot of holstered grapple hooks, or guns with like little grapple hooks sticking out the end of them. You don't have to put on the silly long one. To be fair, the kit also comes with 10 Reavers, and you're unlikely to field more than 5 ever. So you could just do 5 with the grappled ones, and then the other 5 that you're less likely to ever use, you could go to town with what you make them look like, right? Yeah, I've had a bunch of people ask about a 1,000-point video. I guess I need to make an 1,000-point video at some point. It's not normally on my radar. But no, enough people have asked for it that we should probably make it. Excuse me. How many Reavers are in your whole chapter, Alex? Oh, there's 20 Reavers in 10th Company, is there? the company detachment stuff in the books anymore, or are you just making it up? Carl, good evening. The model's coming along, isn't it? Slowly but surely. I feel like I've made loads of mistakes on this model though. Take care, dude. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it, Diatome. Are you using the template from the 8th edition army book? Oh, well, that's fair enough. Trivial Pursuit, it's been a little while, how you doing? MB92, hey John, what would be a good buy for Blood Angels if I have a jump pack captain, a Terminator captain, 5 Terminators, 5 Sternguard, 5 Infernus, a Ballistas, a Lieutenant with Power Sword. Combat Patrol, question mark? Yes, 100%. Combat Patrol in some way of getting jump packs for the 10 intercessors in that combat patrol, because intercessors or assault intercessors with jump packs are way better and way more commonly used than just assault intercessors per foot. So the combat patrol is good if you can source 10 jump packs. If you can't source 10 jump packs, or even 5, if you can't source 5 jump packs, do you know what? Here's the thing, though. By the time you buy 2 squads of Sanguinary Guard, and I think you do need 6 Sanguinary Guard if you want to have a good Blood Angels list. Yeah, and you've already got a jump captain. Yeah, you could buy the combat patrol. You could probably buy Dante as well. But I would really try hard to find 5 jump packs for your combat patrol to turn. You don't need 10 intercessors on foot. You really only need 5. No one really plays more than 5 competitively. So I would try and find a way of getting 5 of those updated with jump packs. Everything else in the combat patrol would be useful for you. You're more than welcome, dude. No problem. McFatson, 10 assault intercessors, the Blood Angels upgrade sprue, and a third-party jetpack seems like a decent Death Company jump pack squad. Yeah, well, I mean, it really comes down to if you can find yourself some third-party jump packs. Where in the world are you located, MB? Which country? Quick question, Carl says. In Angelic Host, what do you think is the best unit for taking advantage of the Sustained 1 strat? You're talking about the Angelic Inheritors, not Angelic Host, right, Carl? You're in the UK? Check out Archie's Forge then. They probably give you Archie's Forge. The website looks something like this. Yeah, okay, look, you can get jump packs. You can get pretty Blood Angels themed jump packs, to be fair. These are all pretty heavily Blood Angels themed, Death Company and stuff. So Combat Patrol plus a set of these would be well sorted. Archie's Forge stuff is really high quality as well. I think the best unit for the Sustained 1 is obviously going to be a unit with excuse me, Carl. It's going to be a unit with a lot of firepower, right? So I often use my sustained one strat on my Vindicator tanks. But the other units that probably can get a lot of value out of it is Inceptors. If you like Inceptors, they can probably get some good value out of it. What other units would you have? I was thinking about this the other day, actually. What other thing is good for sustained? If you're running Stern Guard, they might be not the worst for sustained one. Hellblasters, potentially, if you've got those. The sustained one is good on Vindicator tanks. It would be good on Devastators, Desolation Marines, Eradicators. Anything that's got enough shots where you're going to roll a couple of sixes is really all you're needing, right? If you've got an old assault squad, then you're perfect. The old jump packs will go right onto the Primaris guys, and no one will even really notice that they're a tiny bit smaller, honestly. I think lag is fine in a teams event, but the one thing about lag is it's kind of predictable, right? Because all the strength in lag literally comes from charging. So if your opponent wonders what you're going to do, well, you're probably going to be charging them, right? So I mean, that's probably the only downside to lag, is like, you're not one-dimensional, but your opponent's going to know what you're trying to do. You are trying to charge them all the time. Whenever possible, you're going to want to charge them, because that's where you get your big bonus and extra damage, right? I don't necessarily think that there's anything wrong with playing lag in a singles event or in a doubles event. Just your opponent's probably going to know what you're trying to do. But I mean, sometimes your opponent can know what you're trying to do, you're still going to crush them. Yeah, I mean, if you could put 10 Assault Intercessors inside a Rhino, then maybe the whole debate about big units of Assault Intercessors sucking might be different, but because they only fit really in an Impulsor or a Land Raider, it makes delivering them kind of hard, I suppose. Cigar says, on the Crimson Lord stuff, they're sold out of the Cyclone Missile Launcher. I mean, I've got one of those Cyclone Missile Launchers. What do you mean it's sold out? Like, this is what you're talking about, right? This? Was this not it? There's some other Terminator bits here as well. Pretty cool heavy flamer, honestly. Have you got a Night Castigator, Kevin? I keep wanting to buy one, but I think I would probably quite enjoy taking that to an event. I've run a super heavy tank to an event a couple of times before. It can be pretty fun. Which site are you trying to buy it from? Oh, you got it from a friend getting out of the hobby for cheap. You lucky devil. That's the way to do it, though, huh? Was it already built, or what was the state of it? I would like to get one and do that whole upgrade kit from that Legio Models site, but I guess that's like $200, right? $200 and then like 6 months of my life, because you know, it takes me like 10 hours to paint one of these guys. How long is it going to take me to paint a friggin' Castigator? I suppose I could use a much bigger brush. I wish we still had a librarian with jump pack. Wasn't he such a cool model, Mass Prefect? How you doing, by the way, dude? It's been a hot minute since we've said hello. I liked it when you could take 3 psychic powers and you could jump around with Null Zone. Boy, was he a strong character. Oh, you're super far behind? I guess sometimes when you join the stream it puts you a little bit behind. This guy feels like there's some progress being made on him now, though. Felt like I'd put quite a lot of time into him and I was nowhere with him. So, some progress is being made, and we need to dry brush those wings to get a bit better effect on them. I like that all the gamey rules are nerfed. Are they? All nerfed? Every single one? But yeah, I suppose that he was a little bit gamey, wasn't he? Null Zone was a cool... Excuse me, Null Zone was a cool psychic power. Alright, it's 11 o'clock, that's why I'm tired. Alright, I'm going to be here for like 5 more minutes. I'm going to go take off. So if you've got any final questions or anything... Anyone else paint their wings gold? I must admit, I've never tried gold wings, but I might try one in the future now you've mentioned it. I bet that would be pretty cool. Do you wash them, or what do you do? Like, you don't just paint... You paint them gold and you're just done, or what is the process? You know, psychic abilities was a cool thing. You know, like when the Psyker only has like 1 or 2 abilities now, and they're not that meaningful. It was nice when you used to be able to pick some. I do sort of miss psychic powers. I guess it added a bit of rules bloat, but I mean, there's always going to be a degree of rules bloat, right? It's a complicated game with lots of armies. There's always going to be some bloat somewhere. You can't get rid of all of it. Gold base layer over a black primer and then a dark wash and finish with a gold dry brush. I mean, it sounds like it'll be pretty cool. I mean, I just do like similar, but with, you know, like a light grey, dark wash, white dry brush. Yeah, I could get on board with that. Yeah, I did all my blade guard in gold because I felt like Blade Guard were like first company that were almost almost ready to join the Sangre Guard. So to me it made sense to do gold. So I put a lot of gold into my Blade Guard actually. There's nothing wrong with if you like the color scheme that you've got, you know, there's more power to you. There's nothing wrong with putting, like I did a Redemptor Dreadnought in black, like Death Company schemed Redemptor Dreadnought. I actually went to a tournament one time and my opponent was like, could you tell me the rules for your Death Company Redemptor Dreadnought? And I was like, oh dude, there is no rules for a Death Company Redemptor Dreadnought. I just got finished painting 2 Redemptor Dreadnoughts with red paint. I didn't want to paint a third with red paint, so I just painted it Death Company colours. And he was like, oh, okay, cool. But the Death Company one was the one that I was happiest with. The 2-bladed axe might be perfect. It's a Crimson Lord axe, Marius. If you want one, I can probably bring one to the GT for you next month, because I've got a few of these spare, I think. You just need to remind me like the night before for the GT so I don't friggin' forget it, because I've got memory like a sieve. I feel like I definitely have. It does have a blood drop on the... It does have a blood drop halfway down, but if you want one I can bring you one because it's just a 3D print. Oh, you're making some Blade Guard on secret level. Yeah, I mean you could probably find like a little decal or something to put over that blood drop. It's not a super obvious blood drop. I mean it is and it isn't, if that makes sense. Alright, I'm going to paint for 2 more minutes and then I'm heading off. So last chance saloon if you got a question. If not, Tactics videos coming on Friday. I don't know if... Do I sound any better tonight? I spent like the other evening putting up this sort of crap. This is like acoustic foam. I don't know if I need to put some on the wall behind me, but behind my computer desk now I've got like the whole wall covered in this like acoustic foam. With the idea that it's supposed to, it does sound a bit weird, like when I speak now, the sound in this room feels a bit flatter, as in like there is no, like normally if you speak in a room there's a bit of echo, like you hear the sound echo back at you off the wall, but now it feels like there's like the sound just feels like it kills it, or it stops it, or it flattens it or something. It does feel a little bit different. The video I'm putting out on Friday has been filmed in this room, so if the sound is better on this video on Friday then you can let me know. And it was worth putting up the foam. If not, if it sounds exactly the same, then I wasted $50 putting foam up on the wall. It's not like it'll be the first time I've wasted money on channel stuff. feel like I was about... Oh yeah, I know what I was going to do. Okay. I liked my yellow glasses, dude. I have eye problems. Look at Dracula. He was the first man in the chat tonight. First in, last out. Look at that. And he's like, it sounds pretty good to me. Dude, I appreciate you. You must have left me a comment on like every single video I've ever made. "95% done with my Vindicator." There you go, Linus. Well done. 95% is a good number to be done. You'll get it next session if you're finishing up now. I'm in the process of moving my channel from a personal channel into an actual business. So I think at the moment you might actually not be able to subscribe on Twitch, because I think I've started moving it across from I guess like a sole trader type account, like an individual account to a business account. So that's I'm working on that. I've got a bunch of stuff moved across. I've got a few things still more to move across. But if you try and give me a gifted sub on Twitch at the moment, it's probably not going to work, because I'm moving it all across to business. It's probably going to take like another week to get everything moved across. You've got another Vindicator to do. Well, I'll be back on Saturday night for some more painting streams, so maybe you can join me then. We'll be back on Sunday night for the Army List show, so you can join me then as well, Linus. Thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I hope you all have a wicked evening. Marius needs to build a Vindicator for the GT as well. Are you going double, triple Vindicator, Marius? Are you going meta? You're gonna try and be meta? I was gonna say I kind of would like to play it. It's been ages since I played Ultramarines. I would like to get a game against them. Yeah, where did you send me that stuff, by the way, Commodore? You've served your time in casual hell, it's time to go meta. I like it. I've served my time in casual hell as well, to be fair. Now I don't know if I go full meta, but I certainly try and build competitive. Discord and Reddit. Alright, cool, wicked. Guys, have a great evening then. I'll see you for a tactics video on Friday. I'll see you on Saturday night, probably for some more painting. We should be back to live games next Wednesday night. It might be a rematch against the World Eaters. He just might not be bringing the stupid list with 3 Lords of Skulls this time, which was actually a little bit scary. On Reddit, my name I think my name is I've got 2 Reddit accounts for some reason. I've got Mojock and I've got BA Commander. Let me see, let me load up Discord and see if I've got it there. Message requests. Commodore, I've got it. Sick. Okay. I think I've got it. 1 sec. Lawrence, is that you? Lawrence? Yeah, I think that looks right. Okay. I'll take some screenshots of it because why? Because I don't pay for VCP on a monthly basis. Alright, cool. And you've sent me the list? Or you just had it in the YouTube comments? If you've got the list as well, if you send me on Discord as well, I'd appreciate it. Alright, that way I've got... So, you might be the main video on the channel next week, Lawrence. We'll see. I'll send you a little fire emoji so we can be friends. Alright, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Have a great evening. We'll see you Friday. Tactics video. And if there is any funky stuff going on with the channel, if anyone's trying to support it or anything like that, it should all be fixed next week. I'm moving everything over to a proper business account for the future going forward. So, good night. See you later. Thanks again. Peace. Goodbye.